Alright guys, in today's video we're going to show you how to use the manifest reconciliation process. So the reason why you would use the manifest is if a client provided you with a document. In this example we're going to import in a list very similar like this. So let's say a client gave you, you have your serial number, manufacturer's model, different details. You want to make sure you have your columns labeled properly. It doesn't matter about the order, but you're going to want to have serial, manufacturer, model potentially. What's nice is when you import this in, you could have something like a category. And let's say the category for these are all laptops. I'm just going to receive these in like so, or add that in. Your other option is you could just say, okay, I have Dell 3310. And you can have a quantity column and have like a total quantity that it will reconcile on. So we'll do a part 2 video on that one, but for now we're going to import this into the manifest and go through that process. So we're going to go over to the manifest reconciliation tab, click it, and then you're going to click import, and that'll open up a option where you could click the manifest. So in this case we hit import. It's going to go through the process, import in those items, and in that list you could see here we had 902 items. So note what you have here is a manifest, you have received list, and you have comparison. So once you actually start receiving, you'll have the comparison start working out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into this order, receive a lot into the system, and then we're going to audit the items, and I'm going to import this list with some mistakes. So we'll go over here and let's just say, I'll bring this in. We'll have a couple incorrect serials. Over here we'll change out the models, and let's say these got received in as 53100, which obviously is a mistake. And then I'll save this as an import file, and then we'll go through the import and we'll come back and take a look at what happened here. Now also note you have the ability to add actual rows, so if you want to put in a model with a quantity, you have those capabilities, which is very nice. So in about a minute we'll come back and we'll have the reconciliation done. So I jumped over to the audit screen, and I'm just going to import the file just to give you kind of that example. So we'll run this through, and we'll match up the different options here. And we could collect more data, but it's really not important for this example. So we'll hit next, and then we'll import everything in. So this is just going to run through, import the 900 items in, and we'll circle back in a minute and we'll do the comparison. So you can see, if I jump over into this screen here and we just do a refresh, you'll see it's starting to reconcile what was expected, what was received. So if I go to this comparison list, you'll start seeing what's going on. So we'll let this process finish, and then we'll jump back and go through how to use the reconciliation process. Alright, so the process is completed. We'll just do a refresh of the page. So you can see here on the reconciliation KPIs at the top, we have an expected 902 were received. For serials, you can see there was 899 matched, 3 was a discrepancy. For the model, we had 895 matched, 7 discrepancy. Manufacturers equaled, perfect. MPN and IPN are a manufacturer part number and internal part number if you care to use them. And then you can see under category, there's matches that happen there. So if we go over to the comparison side, the way you utilize this is basically you look at expected versus received. But what's nice is you have this matching logic. The matching logic gives you the functionality or flexibility to be able to toggle things on and off. Like if you don't care about MPN and IPN, you would just go over here and uncheck MPN IPN, and then you could really just start going through and see what was a match and what wasn't a match. So over here you could see, you know, this serial number didn't match. You'll have your discrepancy notes, wasn't on the manifest. This is, you know, you received one extra. So it gives you that visibility. Easiest ways to do this is really just, you know, if you summarize by serial included, it's not great. So you would have to uncheck serial. But if you did a summary now, you'll be able to see, you know, hey, we're supposed to receive in 7 of this particular expected versus received. Everything matched. We got 19 of these. So you could go through it and, you know, see how it kind of helps with your workflow process. The other option is just show discrepancies. And this will just toggle everything that was a discrepancy in the system. So you can see here, we expected a 5310. That didn't match. And we received in 53-100. So you could see where those discrepancies were. And, you know, and the bottom one, you have 5310s. You were supposed to receive in on the 7 on the manifest. You received in 0. So gives you some pretty high level logic. In the future, you'll have some functionality where you'll be able to add in CPU, memory, different details like that to have that as part of the comparison, which will really enhance the process of when you're purchasing product and you want to validate if it matches or not. Now, if I jump back into the audit and let's just say I edit one of these, you know, and let's say the condition, we change this to new, just to kind of show you how it works. And when we go back into the manifest and we do the update here, you can see here now condition doesn't match. So when we look at discrepancies, you can see very easily we were supposed to receive in 7410. It came in supposed to be used, but it came in as new. So it gives you that real high level information you need to action on it quickly. You also have options if you know, you want to edit this stuff or if you want to delete it. You have the options to delete these out of the manifest, delete the whole manifest. So that's it for now, and expect some additional improvements in the future here.